Welcome to your weekend movie guide. Here is everything new in theaters on demand and on streaming this week. Let us start with what is playing in theaters. The biggest release this week is Minions and Monsters. This is the third standalone Minions film and the seventh movie in the Despicable Me universe. The story follows the Minions as they conquer Hollywood, become movie stars, lose everything, unleash monsters onto the world, and then band together to save the planet from the chaos they created. What makes this one special is that it is packed with references to classic cinema. You will see nods to silent films, Citizen Kane, Metropolis, and even a George Lucas cameo. The jokes work as slapstick for kids, but have deeper meaning for film lovers. Critics are calling it the best-reviewed entry in the entire franchise. Also in theaters this weekend is Young Washington, a biopic about America's founding father. The movie follows George Washington as a young soldier thrown into a global conflict. The reviews are mixed. Some say it feels like a History Channel special rather than a summer blockbuster. The action sequences are well shot, but the dialogue is full of cliches. And the use of generative AI in some scenes apparently sticks out. It is okay enough to become a classroom staple, but probably not worth a trip to the theater. Now, let us talk about movies you can rent or buy at home. The biggest rental release is Obsession, and this is the box office story of the year. The film was made on a budget of just $750,000 and has earned nearly $400 million worldwide. That is an incredible return on investment. Obsession is a horror comedy from director Curry Barker, who started as a YouTuber. The plot is a twisted take on Be Careful What You Wish For. A man named Bear is in love with a girl named Nikki, who does not feel the same way. In desperation, he makes a wish for her to love him more than anything in the world. He gets exactly what he asked for, but soon discovers that some desires come at a sinister price. The film takes aim at a certain type of selfish person who does not care about a woman's agency as long as he gets what he wants. The lead actress in Navarette gives a fantastic performance, transforming from a sweet girl next door into something terrifying. Critics are calling it the best-reviewed horror movie in quite some time. Another big rental this week is The Devil Wears Prada 2, the long-awaited sequel to the 2006 classic. The movie picks up 20 years later. Andy Sachs, played by Anne Hathaway, gets laid off from her job as an investigative reporter. Meanwhile, Miranda Priestly is dealing with a PR crisis at Runway magazine and needs Andy's help. The sequel is surprisingly smart and funny. It tackles the death of print journalism, the rise of algorithm-driven content, and how institutions are being gutted for profit. Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Stanley Tucci, and Emily Blunt all return and slip back into their roles perfectly. Some critics are even saying it might be better than the original. Also available to rent is Blades of the Guardians, a Hong Kong martial arts epic from legendary filmmaker Yuen Woo-ping. If you are into wuxia action films, this one delivers big time with incredible fight choreography. Now let us move on to what is new on streaming services. On Netflix, you can watch Enola Holmes 3. Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill both return for this third installment. Enola travels to Malta for her wedding, but her plans unravel when her brother Sherlock disappears. She must solve the case on her own. Sadly, this is the weakest entry in the series. The film sidelines Sherlock too early, and the dynamic between the two characters is sorely missed. The mystery is overly complicated, but not very engaging. The radical feminist politics that were always part of the story now feel tossed in rather than well-conceived. Critics agree that the formula works when done properly, but this time it falls flat. On Hulu, you can stream Ready or Not To. Here I Come. This sequel picks up right after the first film. Grace, played by Samara Weaving, survives the attack from the Le Domas family and discovers she has reached the next level of a satanic game. Now 4 rival families are hunting her to win control of the world. The movie takes the John Wick route by adding a bunch of silly world-building mythology. Elijah Wood joins the cast as a character who explains all the rules. There is also a cameo from legendary filmmaker David Cronenberg. The cast is fully committed to the goofiness, and Samara Weaving is great again. But the eat the rich genre is getting a bit tired. Critics are mixed on this one, but if you enjoyed the first film, you will probably have fun with this sequel. So, that is your weekend movie guide. In theaters, you have Minions and Monsters and Young Washington. To rent, you have Obsession, The Devil Wears Prada 2, and Blades of the Guardians. And on streaming, you have Enola Holmes 3 on Netflix and Ready or Not 2 on Hulu. Happy watching, and I will see you in the next one.